Folks, we're back here today, and I had to do that heroic little clap because how are we back here today with another ban video? How can there be 3 upcoming ban videos in 1 week of a new generation? Don't even ask me how, folks. But we're here today, and I gotta cover it. So, Smogon is going to be having their vote with the council on Palafin and Iron Bundle this week. I think this weekend, actually, so it should happen in the next, 48 hours or whatnot. But I assume Palafin and Iron Bundle will be getting banned. And then I see that they're going to be adding 2 more Pokemon that they're going to be conducting a vote on this weekend. Gholdengo and Annihilape. 2 powerful new ghost types. Now, I wasn't expecting this at all. Kind of, came out of left field. So I was like, ooh, kind of want to make a video of this. It would give me some time as well to compile my thoughts, kind of talk about both of these Pokemon, because nobody can doubt that these are 2 of the craziest Pokemon in the metagame right now. But when I saw that the OU Council said it was on their radar and that they were going to vote on it, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Is it that broken? So we're gonna work it out and find out. Thank you guys for all the love I've been getting on all my Showdown lives and discussion videos and all that sort of thing. I love making this type of content, especially these type of discussion videos. So make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm gonna keep on making these types of videos. So thank you so much. Let's get into it. So the first mon they got here is Gholdengo. So Fluttermane was the premier mon. That's what they're saying. That was the premier ghost type and premier Pokemon in general in the new generation Scarlet Violet. When we were playing on the ladder the first few days, they banned that shit. Now Gholdengo is the new premier ghost type. So stats wise, we all know what Gholdengo does. It has a massive 132 or 133 special attack stat. I want to say 133 or 134, something like that. Regardless, it doesn't matter. This thing has its signature move, Make It Rain, 120 base power, steel type attack. Only drops your special attack by 1. I've said it many times before in the past, but with this Pokemon, let me pull it out here. With this Pokemon, Make It Rain being a 120 base power move, even though this move does drop your special attack by 1 stage, going for 3 Make It Rains in a row is still more powerful than going for 3 Flash Cannons in a row. So this move, Make It Rain, is very, very excellent. This is an awesome move. Steel type special attackers in the past have had this problem where they can only use Flash Cannon, which is quite a shitty stab move. Nobody wants to rely on an 80 base power stab move to get past Pokemon, especially when other Pokemon get stuff like Hurricane, Fire Blast, Moon Blast, all these crazy good stab moves, and then you got this Ghost type. If he had Shadow Ball and Flash Cannon only, it would be most sad. But fortunately, he doesn't Make It Rain. So 133 special attack, not 134. Defense-wise, 87, 95, 91. These stats, they're nothing outstanding, right? They're just solid. They get the job done. If anything, there are a lot of Pokemon with better defensive stats. You got Garchomp here with much better defensive stats all around. So why is Gholdengo so bulky? Well, this thing's typing is incredible, right? Ghost Steel. We've seen this before with Aegislash, and Aegislash ended up getting banned in Gen 6 because it was so defensively good and the ability to change forms, this type of typing. Gholdengo makes a really good use of this typing too. I don't think this typing could ever be bad, just like back in Generation 6 and 7. Mega Mawile was one of the best Pokemon, ended up getting even banned in Generation 6 because Steel with another offensive typing like Fairy, Ghost, Dark. You guys see King Gambit. You guys see a pattern here? When you put Steel with any strong offensive typing like one of those, the mon is always amazing because it has a very strong stab move that it can fire off, being the Fairy or the Ghost move or the Dark move or whatever, and then you have the Steel type defensive utility. So a half Steel typing is the best shit that an offensive Pokemon can ask for. We go back to the thread, and they also talk about the Good as Gold ability. So, Good as Gold, I'm sure this has annoyed all of you by now, or if you've used this and run in the stall, you know that this thing is a blessing. So, the reason I think that Gholdengo went on the radar for the OU Council is probably because with Good as Gold, this thing is an absolute menace to all balanced and bulkier teams. Now, a metagame does need to be balanced. People always love to say, oh my god, Smogon bans everything that injures stall, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about all that. I'm telling you right now, from my perspective, a competitive metagame, every playstyle needs to be fairly balanced. I don't want a metagame where every single game is lead Glamora versus lead Glamora, and then I send out my 600 speed Iron Bundle, and then I send out my Dragonite, and you send out your Dragonite, and we hope that either of us wins the extreme speed tie. We don't want that. That's not a competitive metagame at all. We want a balance between all styles. So what I'm thinking is a Smogon Council or whoever is deciding that this thing needs to be voted on, it's probably because Good as Gold is just fucking overbalanced too much. Now, if you look through stall teams, right, I'm gonna show you guys this. I used this Screamtail stall on stream like 2 or 3 times. I don't like using stall because of Gholdengo. In fact, I would never use stall because of Gholdengo. I mean, I don't like using stall in the first place, but you guys understand what I'm saying. In a current metagame where Gholdengo is on everybody's team, I don't think stall is very worth it. Look at Chansey, for example. How is Chansey touching Gholdengo? Can't do shit. You can't Seismic Toss a Ghost type. You definitely can't Thunder Wave it. So if it's Nasty Plot, you're cooked. Iron Treads is actually pretty damn solid with 301 speed, access to knockoff to catch it with the balloon on the switch, but even then, Earthquake doesn't one-hit KO Golden. Golden can also just terrestrialize fighting type and focus blast. If you guys go back and see my stream from a few days ago where I did use the stall, that's exactly what happened. I brought my Iron Treads in on the double that he brought in his gholdengo. I was like, alright, I caught him with the double. He's never going to expect a 301 speed. Boom, terrestrialize fighting. I did 41%, he killed me with focus blast from full. I still was able to win, fortunately, because he became a fighting type. Chance he was actually taking like 48 from focus blast. I thunder waved his bitch ass or something like that. The point being though, gholdengo really impedes balanced team's progress. How does a balanced team or a stall team win? They need to keep hazards off the field. That's just how it's always been. Good as gold stops everything. We have never had an ability like this that completely shuts down everything. You can't defog it. You can't spore it. You can't whirlwind him. You can't taunt him. You can't trick him. We can't stop this guy. I'm telling you, gholdengo's ability, we have never seen something this crazy. And the fact that he's also just an automatic ghost type, meaning he is able to block hazards off rip, means this is, I don't even think it's debatable to say that gholdengo is the greatest spin blocker of all time. Right? Because you beat defog, which is impossible. That's never even existed on a Pokemon. The best way to punish defog in the past was having a Defiant Pokemon, right? So every now and then you'd see like Bisharp on the HO in, you know, the recent generations, or even Zapdos G in Gen 8, that type of funny shit. But as time went on, you know, we now have gholdengo, and we have an ability that can completely absorb defog. So this is actually quite interesting. I would say that gholdengo is almost a staple on teams in the current metagame. I do think as more and more bans happen, as we know, Palafin and Iron Bundle are getting voted on now. Pretty sure those two are going to get like banned to shit. But yeah, once those two go, that just makes the next guy even stronger. And I think that does make gholdengo even stronger. Multitude of sets you can run, right? I do like Scarf quite a bit because the speed tier 293 is pretty average. But with a Scarf on, you hit 439, I think, which is really, really good. You outspeed basically everything, which is, by everything, I mean you outspeed Bundle, and you outspeed +1 D-Knight, which is pretty cool too. But yeah, for the most part, I've just been using Trick 3 attack. I do have a couple of other ones. Air Balloon Nasty Plot. I'm sure some of you have tried this set. This is a little bulkier, but it's a little more consistent in staying around, and it utilizes gholdengo's defensive utility pretty well. So I like this set. Terra Fairy on this one, I guess, to resist Dark, which is pretty good. I like Terra Fighting as well, because it gives Focus Blast your stab, but I didn't make this team, so I'm not going to really comment on the set. What is this one? Scarf. Most of the time, I like Terra Fighting because it allows gholdengo to obviously resist Sucker Punch from King Gambit, and that sort of shit. And you get stabbed on your Focus Blast, so really, what's not to love? Really, the only thing wrong with gholdengo, in my opinion, is that it's weak to Earthquake. If it wasn't weak to Earthquake, it would be the most uberest Pokemon of all time. But this ability, good as gold, we've truly never seen anything like this, and I'm very excited to see how the metagame develops. I truly hope that they do not vote ban on this Pokemon, but I do think that they're not going to vote ban on it yet. I think the metagame's too new, and there's a lot of other things at play that should be decided on first, like the next mon we're going to talk about. So let's keep it pushing, folks, and talk about the next big broken Pokemon, Annihilape. So, can you believe it? Just a couple days after agency heroically peaks #1 on the Scarlet Violet OU ladder, Annihilape is on the chopping block, and it's time to decide his fate. So, another Ghost-type Pokemon that is about to get banned. You see a trend here? Fluttermane, Houndstone, Gholdengo, Annihilape. Game Freak, what are you doing? Game Freak, try not to make a broken Pokemon that's a Ghost-type challenge impossible. Like, please stop. Please stop, bros. Please stop. Anyways, Annihilape. At first, I was like, no, don't ban him. Don't ban him, please. And as time goes on, I sort of understand both sides of the argument, right? So straight off the bat with Annihilape, you see what they're saying. Fighting Ghost coverage has always been perfect. I mean, look at Marshadow. That guy went to Ubers in 5 minutes, right? He had a perfect coverage. Obviously, his move Spectral Thief was broken, and a combination of things. He had Technician, Shadow Sneak, all that stuff. But you want to know what Annihilape has that Marshadow never had? A 350 base power move. Oh, and also it has access to Terrestrialize. So, Marshadow, you didn't have that back in the day. Guys, Rage Fist is one of the funniest moves ever. This thing went under the radar because everybody was so obsessed with Last Regrets from the dog Houndstone. This thing caps at 350 base power, and if you've used Annihilape or gone up against it, you know just how easy it is to let this thing soak up a couple attacks and get your Rage Fist up to 200 base power. Bunch of different sets you could run. You guys know that I love to run the Resto Chesto set with the do a 2 attack. Some people run taunt, some people run sub. I don't like mono attacker personally. This is bulk up sub. This is another team I have, so this is a potential option. You always want to go extremely specially defensive, so this is correct for sure EV wise. But this isn't my team. Let me use the team we armed, the team CBB and CTC made. So this has 20 speed, arbitrary, just meant to outspeed, you know, other annihilapes. So you can get the speed tie on them if, you know, they have max speed F and nothing else. But you can see this. You can see this, right? Look at this thing's defensive stats. 110 HP, meaning you hit 424 if you have 252 EVs. That's extremely tanky. That's like Kyurem normal vibes. Attack stat, 115. So even without any investment, this is an extremely strong Pokemon. 266 is not weak by any means. Defenses, 80 physical defense, 90 SPDF. But when you max this thing out, it's very, very tanky. Like, this Mon is extremely hard to break. To give you an example of what just happened with this Mon, I was streaming in National Dex Gen 9. This Annihilape terrestrialized into a water type. Annihilape loves turning into a water type. It's just a really nice typing, nice middle ground. Water doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, only grass and electric, right? So, and I guess freeze dry, but freeze dry doesn't do shit to this thing with max SPDF. But anyway, back on topic. I was in National Dex playing. I sent out my Superior, as I was very excited to play in Generation 9 National Dex, and use the Pokemon that were not there. Annihilape was at 68%, and he was a water type due to terrestrializing. I went for my Leaf Storm. It did 66%. Super effective stab Leaf Storm did 66%, and you already know what happened back to me. Boom, Rage Fist. I got blown away. You can go back and see the VOD if you want. I'm telling you, Annihilape is a hilarious Pokemon. This thing's BST. Game Freak did a very good job with giving this distribution to just everything that would work. No special attack because we don't need it. The speed is middling. I understand that. I also do feel like Annihilape is a little bit limited because you're going to want to terrestrialize almost always. Fighting and Ghost is a fantastic offensive typing, but you don't want to be weak to Ghost and Fairy in this current metagame. I mean, look at this team I have right here. Iron Valiant and gholdengo can blow this shit up. I mean, he takes a hit from both of these guys because his SPDF and HP are just that nasty. But regardless, you want your Annihilape to set up and be around for the majority of the game. I like Chestoberry Rest the most because I find this really easy to just, in the early game, you bulk up, maybe you trade one for one with another Pokemon, and then when you do get the rest off, the next time you bring in your Annihilape, you don't have to waste time bulking up, because at that point, you've already soaked up so many hits, you probably soaked up so many statuses, U-turns, whatever the case is, that your Rage Fist is probably at minimum 200 to 250 base power. So it really doesn't matter what they go into at this point, unless it's a normal type. And if it's a normal type, come catch this Drain Punch, and hopefully your Annihilape is pure terrestrialized water, so his ass is never dying regardless. So Annihilape, it's an interesting Pokemon. I do think it's really reliant on its terrestrialized to be the super amazing threat it is, but I will not lie and say that this is not annoying and that Rage Fist is not crazy. Here's the thing though, if they end up banning this Pokemon over the move, because for some reason when I go back on this on the radar shit, why are they talking about voting on Annihilape? Why are they talking about vote? Just ban the move. Nobody else has Rage Fist, right? To my knowledge, nobody else has Rage Fist. And if the dog Houndstone wasn't banned, I mean, if the dog's move wasn't banned, the dog was banned because the fucking what's it called, Barrascuda gets it. Well, come on now, don't ban my boy. Don't ban my boy for nothing. Annihilape, don't ban him. Rage Fist, he's the only guy. Oh no, Primeape stupid ass gets it. Don't tell me they're gonna. Don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me because Primeape stupid ass gets it, they're gonna ban Annihilape and not Primeape. I swear to God, I'll shed a single thug tear if they do that. Either way, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens with this. Primeape is really annoying, but if they do think it's broken, they should just ban the move. This is not a Pokemon issue, and I'm gonna guarantee you nobody's gonna use not fully evolved ass Primeape. Let me look at Primeape's stats real quick, just to embarrass him on camera before I end the video. Oh, his stats not even bad. 105 attack, 95 speed, whatever. You're still bad though. The point being, guys, don't ban that. Just ban its move. As for gholdengo, I don't think we're in a metagame currently where it is broken. It's extremely good, if not one of the top 10 Pokemon. And I'll talk more about that when I make my top 10 Pokemon vid. But my opinion on both of these guys, they're not close to broken right now. They have a lot of time. We need the metagame to develop more for sure. We haven't even seen the full like power of balance and stall right now, which is a fact. I always body bag Stall on the ladder. Even though Stall was number 1 on the ladder before, okay, so was the fucking quadruple choice hyper offense we used, as well as other people's random hyper. I saw a dude in top 10 with Toadscruel. No, top 5 with Toadscruel. And Iron Hands on his team. You could run anything right now and get the top ladder. So I feel like we have not even seen the extent of what Balance and Stall can do right now. We've only seen people work every single version of hyper offense with every single sort of shed tail Cyclozar into every setup sweeper, right? But Balance and Stall, we need to explore those more. So when those do get explored more and those become more prominent in the meta, then I think we're going to find a decision on gholdengo and Annihilate, because those two definitely destroy bulkier teams. But that's all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion. Definitely let me know in the comments below what you think about this. If you agree, if you think these mons are just annoying, if you think down the line they could be broken, or what do you think? Just let me know what you think. So see you guys soon. I'll have a live going up later today. Peace.